I'll Follow You Down. I think it was 2013. It's a movie. I thought, let me just watch some cheesy movie. Watched a couple cheesy movies out of nowhere in the past couple days just to get my mind off of the wreckage that my house is. Anyway, I could not believe that this had not been heard of, and the longer it went on, at first I'm like, well, it's a cheesy TV movie, and then all of a sudden, it got deep, like super deep into like my psychological problems. So we're playing out on this screen. I'm going, shit, I was talking about this morning to a close friend, and I'm going, this is like time travel. The ability to travel through time and alter the past so that then the present that you're living in wouldn't be that fucked up. Maybe because if that wouldn't have happened in the past, so you run back and, kind of Back to the Future kind of thing, only it wasn't a comedy at all. There wasn't a thing funny about this, but it gave you a lot to think about. As each character, well, the main character, the son of this guy that time traveled, and he found out that he did. It was just, there was a lot of secretive stuff because, you can't talk about this stuff. They'll lock you in the nut house, So you got some, like, brainiacs in this family that are into it, and then the kid inherited the interest and ability to do these things, mathematics, spatial, the wormhole thing, the time, space fabric. There's a movement to it. It's beyond me, but I understand that I can't understand it. But it's just like, it's a few levels above me, and it's fine. I'm just not like, oh, it's so stupid. No, I kind of get it, but I don't, you know what I mean? But I can't. No. So that's where I'm at. Cookie, stay in the yard, baby doll. I'll Follow You Down. It was incredibly interesting, and what the main character chose to do right near the very end was so, like, he knew his father to the point where he knew that he had to take this drastic step in order to literally, change the course of history, time, because this guy is so stubbornly, no, you don't understand. I know what's best. I'm the smarty pants. And his kid was like, bet you didn't expect this shit. And then does it. And the father's like, can make no other choice other than the one that the son said, you need to make this choice immediately. I don't care if you don't want to do it. Fuck you. And the dad was just like, and then he had to make the choice. But anyway, it was for workaholics, for those who their dream extends beyond your family's happiness because you're just not there for them. And they're just supporting you so you can have your dream, which a lot of times the dream can never be realized, one. Even though this guy's dream it was crazy, but you got to watch the movie to find out what it's about. That we get so we can get so self-centered that we just can't see what our family members are going through as a result of us being so OCD'd or whatever towards this goal or whatever it is. What it could be lots of different things. But it could even be a hobby that just takes you away from your family. But maybe it's escapism. Maybe there's a whole lot of reasons why we're doing all these things. But I strive to have self-reflection and to be able to see myself. And I know that I'm really annoying and I'm overbearing about, like, not that I'm bossy or anything, but it's just like, God, can you ever stop talking? Like, or what, maybe something like more along those lines. about whatever, my psychological bullshit. It's just everything, because I just can't seem to get, I mean, I just can't get out of it. I'm just like, I'm here, I'm stuck in my fucking head while I'm watching my husband, who's got his own psychological problems. I'm watching him do it and him just beat himself over the head and be like, it hurts, my head hurts, my head hurts, my head hurts. And I'm like, stop beating yourself in the head, babe. You don't understand. I have to. Like, what? No, you don't. Yeah, actually, you don't. So we've got two, like, screwballs, like, tooling around this piece of property, running into each other every now and then, like a couple of, I don't know, bumper cars. And, and then there's the dogs. And you just wonder what could we change? Where are the regrets at? So many regrets. That was what this movie was about. Regretting, like, this decision or that decision, or I can't live with this outcome. I want to play a new poker hand. I mean, that's kind of the girlfriend, the love interest of the main character. She was faced with, well, I like who we are and how we got where we are, and your sufferings made you the person, part of what made you the person you are, and I wouldn't go back and change anything. And he's like, you mean you wouldn't want my dad to be alive? Because his dad disappeared when he was 9. And she's just like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, what if we don't get together because of this? Like, what? Like, can't we just keep the life we have? He's like, I want my daddy, and then I want my mommy, and then I want this, and I want, and I want. And I'm like, am I like that? Am I doing that? I think I'm doing it. I don't know. I want the life I had before Cookie came. Cookie's just been a pain in the ass, and she's a beautiful, wonderful dog. We love her. She deserves all good things. And she's just too much. Georgie, her too, it's just like, But here we are. Do I want to go back? Do I want to just give her away? Do I wish Lenny had left her tied to a wall with no food and water, covered with fungus in this blistering heat? No. So anyway, this movie, I almost cried at the end. I was like, wow, gee whiz, man. That was, because the guy was so bullheaded that the kid knew, but the kid was his son. So he's like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking bullheaded too. So I know what it's going to take to convince this guy to do what I'm telling him to do right now. And it'll blow your mind. So watch the movie if you want to. And it reminds me very much of my son and his father, which I'm going to have to recommend this movie to my son. And he can recommend it to his father, since I don't speak to him anymore and I never will again. And my son thinks it's the best thing ever. He's like, please never speak to him again. Ever. Because that way he can play us both. Forever. I didn't raise no fool. He ain't no dummy.